Hello everybody, this video is going to be what I call the video. This is not going to be a normal video about some random stuff, me fear-mongering or stuff like that, because I believe anyone watching this has already seen enough of it. So, let's just say I'm going to read what I hope the future will be when I'm old enough to die. One ideology that I will believe in is global federalism. I will explain the ideals of global federalism. Global federalism is the unification of Earth, and many people call it the one world order. Personally, I disagree with the idea that people are going to turn it into a one world order. Personally, so many of the issues we have is because of the fact that the system we're living in right now, for example, yes, right now we are in a oncoming recession, and in my personal opinion it will happen between 2029 and 2031, or after, at least after 28. It's because of the fact that historical trends, or at least some historical trends like stock market crash, for example. And yes, I understand that the future looks bleak, but I might not be the smartest person in the world. I might not even be the best at using logic at doing problems. But one thing I do know is that I believe wholeheartedly that humanity is not inherently awful. Yes, we might have some self-searching natures, but we are all human. No matter the blood, no matter what creed, no matter what area you are on this planet, you are human from your blood to your bones to the nerves in your brain. And honestly, it's sad, in my opinion, that the world, in many ways, is, I'd say, going to probably fall apart in the next 20, 30, 40-ish years, maybe even less than that. Personally, I feel like the past 80 years have been honestly saved by the nuclear bell, where religion is becoming a less important factor in day-to-day life, and in many people's opinion, that's a good thing. Now, when you get rid of religion as yes, it is still a big factor, but getting to the point, the important need for religion isn't necessary anymore. So, I believe that instead of a belief in one's own God or anything like that, we should have an ideology or an ideology on global federalism, where basically the entirety of humanity is under one government, instead of every individual government going after it for themselves. It would be more logical and better for everybody if all resources were done distributedly. For example, yes, we would have to build up many things for it to work, or global federalism, but honestly, I'll be happy if one person sees this video and thinks more than 2 seconds on this issue. where global federalism, or, well, I know I'm using a weird book. I got this when I was in that state, but anyway, where, honestly, I'm just tired on seeing humanity's awfulness, from Donald Trump to how everything is, where cultural wars are basically an everyday occurrence, and it's to the point where I'll admit I'm not immune from this too. The fact that the brain rot of the current way of civilization at this moment. And personally, I disagree with people saying it's overpopulation, because, well, we could probably live with more. It's just the fact that the young people of today do not have the resources or the social resources to do so. And I know I'm not an expert, but one thing I do know is that, well, I'm as human as anyone else watching this. And yes, people in the comments are inevitably going to say, oh, I'm not human, blah, blah, blah. You were born human, you will die human. You'll have red blood no matter what. You will still have the same brain as you were born, even if you don't identify as human. And honestly, I hope, actually, besides me hoping and speaking to the choir, I'll read you a few of my tenets on global federalism. First, we should allow basically a form of national identity to still exist, in where it is rich, where people still value it. But if it's gone, it's gone. Don't bring it back. Where, for example, in some countries, it would very much help many countries around the globe, and then hurt others. For example, Africa would be very much helped by the fact that the world is unified. But a better example to my audience is the United States and Canada. Canada, in a world where the entire world's under one flag, would be benefited by the fact that, for example, economy would probably be more stable in Canada because of the fact there's just more room. Because of the fact that, well, much room on this planet is for things like basically borders and stuff like that, where in a world where every human being is under one flag, as much as it's a dream, even at this moment, it is not an impossibility. Anyway, to basically say what I was basically summarize this video is humanity does not need to be miserable. Humanity does not need to be depressed, sad, angry, and lonely. We have gone through hundreds of thousands of years of evolution to the point where we are now. So, to the people who are watching this, spread the message of the idea of government under one flag. I understand that many of you might feel nationalistic to your own nation, but no matter what blood you spill, it's going to be red. Anyway, fellow human beings, goodbye.